Hello everybody and welcome back to another review, which is like the number one thing I do on my channel, but I'm changing it up every now and then, don't you worry. Gotta keep it fresh. Not really, I just do whatever the fuck I like whenever I feel like it. It's with me. I am such a weirdo. I'm proud of it, but I'm an extra weirdo today. I don't know, maybe, you know what? I haven't had caffeine in 24 hours. Might be more than 24 hours. I haven't had caffeine in just over a day. That might be what my problem is. Yep. I think that's it. Gonna have to go have a drink of Coke after this. Before I get into reviewing Goosebumps 2, I would like to say that just in case you are gonna want to look through my channel for the first, for a review on the first Goosebumps film, I'm telling you now, there isn't one. I did review it. This is true. I did review the first Goosebumps film a few months after it came out. But this was back when I just started doing reviews. And during this time, I was not yet comfortable doing reviews on a regular basis on my YouTube channel. I did various other things, but I didn't quite do reviews. I've obviously grown and become a bit more confident since then. So there is no Goosebumps 1 review on my channel, letting you know that now. I don't see that as that bad a thing because I found that movie boring as hell. Looks pretty, but boring as hell. So you already saw the thumbnail, so I think you have an idea of where this review is going, so let's do it. Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween, also known as Goosebumps 2, is a 2018 American horror comedy film directed by Ari Sandel and written by Rob Lieber from a story by Lieber and Darren Lemke. It's a sequel to 2015's Goosebumps based on the children's horror book series of the same name by R.L. Stine. In it, two young friends find a magic book that brings a ventriloquist dummy to life. After the severe amount of disappointment I experienced after the first film, there wasn't an ounce of me looking forward to the sequel. So I went into this expecting further disappointment, which is precisely what I got, and then some. Goosebumps 2 is a dull, boring, bland, uninteresting rehash of the first film without any of the fun, nostalgic nods to the book franchise. Honestly, watching this film has made me appreciate the first one more, which I think is the only positive thing that can come out of crappy sequels. Right out the gate, this felt like it had been done already. Character comes out of a book, must suck character back into a book, nothing new there. But aside from Slappy, this film felt very detached from the Goosebumps brand. Like the first one, it lacked humor and anything even remotely horror related, and at the risk of repeating myself, which I am doing, where are the Goosebumps? I was an avid Goosebumps book collector as a kid and was in love with the TV series. It was the best way to watch or read horror as a child without being scarred for life. The stories both on paper and the TV screen were creepy, eerie, and fun. These movies are just watered down, unenthusiastic products cashing in on a very successful brand and fan base, not to mention 90s nostalgia. I appreciate that our lead female character is proactive and tough. The times I witnessed her in action, I did allow my head to turn in the direction of the screen, but only for a few seconds. This aside, I felt the characters to be very stale. They were uninspired, lacked development or any real characterization to make one stand out from another, and the plot had very little going on and at times just felt very generic. I'm a fan of Wendy McClendon-Covey, but I felt during her scenes she was either phoning it in or going too over the top. She bounced from one to the other and there was no comfortable middle ground with her, and so I didn't enjoy watching her on screen. There is nothing memorable about this movie, and I wasn't even feeling the Halloween theme. Aside from 3 jack-o'-lanterns and a neighbor very enthusiastically putting out decorations, nothing about this said or felt like Halloween, nor did it feel like a Goosebumps story apart from continually having characters remind the audience this is all because of a Goosebumps book. You have a dummy bringing decorations to life and turning things into monsters. That could happen on any day of the week, so it felt like another fail to put Halloween in the title or the plot and then have the theme missing from the actual movie. I enjoyed seeing Jack Black reprise the role of R.L. Stine, but he was hugely underutilized, making his cameo somewhat redundant. He and one reference were the only things that connect the two stories, and part of me wishes they hadn't bothered. Go hard or go home. Slappy was voiced this time around by Mike Wingett, and I was impressed because listening I could have sworn it was Jack Black reprising that role again too. So props to Wingett for doing a bang up job. With only a couple of compliments here and there, I'm ultimately left with nothing else to say, and if I am, it's not positive. This was a complete waste of my time, a waste of the studio's time and resources, a completely unnecessary sequel that once again does no justice to the original books or even the original TV series. Like the previous film, this has given me nothing but a strong urge to go out and purchase more Goosebumps books and binge watch the series on Netflix. May other people enjoy this? Certainly. Is this a decent film to show your children without worrying about what they're watching? Yes. Dips their toes in the genre without having to book them 10 years on a therapist's couch. So perhaps this is for some people, probably more suited for children, but I am a huge kid at heart and this did nothing for me. I really do love Goosebumps. I loved collecting the books, and I especially loved collecting the special books where you kind of get to decide where the story goes. It's like if this person turns left or turns right, turn to page whatever. I love that. They did that in the book. What was The Vampire's Breath? That was my favorite book. I read that one, and you could pick where the story went and it could end in a couple of ways. I thought that was so cool. You know, now you can do that with games. It's like, well, if you use this weapon, this happens. You use this weapon, this happens. But this was with books. This is different. It's crazy that you can have, you know, here's a book with all these pages, and yet it can have several different endings. And then some of the covers, oh, they had these like metallic shiny ones. Oh my god, I remember going into the school library and just seeing the row of Goosebumps books, and I'm like, I want them all! And I did. I had quite a few and I missed them, but they all got water damaged and then thrown out. And then some got thrown out and then got water damaged, and so then they really had to get thrown out. But I don't know, maybe it's a marketing strategy. Make the films really bad so people want to go get the books. I don't know. If it is, it worked for me, because after I saw the first one, I went to R.L. Stine's website and I started writing down every single one of his Goosebumps books, so eventually I can buy them, collect them, and tick each one off. Anyway, that's enough of me talking about Goosebumps. If it wasn't in the middle of a Friends marathon, I would go and watch the Goosebumps TV series because I love it so much. So comment down below, share your thoughts. I'm off to watch other things, and until next time, bye.